Hello!
And welcome to
Let's Talk About Book,
where we talk about
Book.
I'm Smeevca.
And I'm Strawberry.
And we're reading A Clash of Kings by George R. R. Martin. Ha ha ha. It's not a Game of Thrones.
Yo.
It's a Song of Ice and Fire. So we're on A Clash of Kings. And we have lovely paperbacks.
Yep.
They're certainly mass market paperbacks.
I got them. They were like, I think it was under $30 for like the whole series.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, they're cheap, and like
the
ink falls off if you put your thumb on it, if it's at all like sweaty or whatever, you will smudge the ink. But I mean,
and like stuff will kind of like go from one page to the other. You know, where it's like it'll have rubbed off on one page onto the next page and stuff. It's like they're very thin and cheap, but the covers are very pretty.
Yeah. The artwork is gorgeous.
The artwork is really good. I sent a picture of it to my buddy who's also into the series, and he was like, yes, those are like the best art or whatever. Like, I saw those. And they also, up in the corner, they have ASOIAF, A Song of Ice and Fire, which is, you know, kind of funny. ASOIAF, the classic abbreviation for A Song of Ice and Fire. But yeah, so we've moved on to the second book, and we are excited to continue the series. I'm excited that you were excited to continue.
Yeah, it's been really good so far, and I've liked the beginning of this book and everything. I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yep. Because like the prologue,
is huge.
Is huge in this one. It's not a Sanderson prologue, mind you, but
and it's not a Wheel of Time
prologue.
3 hour long prologue.
Yeah,
some of those books have. There's a few books legitimately in the audiobook. It's 3 to 3.5 hour long. Great prologues. I mean, it's great. You know, like great writing and stuff. It doesn't feel like a prologue. You feel like you've read like fucking 10 chapters.
And maybe we'll get into it more once we actually get into it.
Yeah.
But it's like, they just do prologues differently.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's like, all right, we're going to go everywhere and see everything. And George is like, here's one character.
He has like one character kind of explaining kind of the state of the world from his point of view and his like location. Like, Robert Jordan, in a lot of his, especially like longer prologues, he goes like to each kind of place and does that same thing at each place, how each different group is seeing how everything is, which I think this will do that, just like not in the prologue. Like when you get to those characters, you see how they see the state of the world.
Yep. But anyway, like, comment, subscribe, share the podcast places, tell your friends, tell your enemies. You know, shout out from the rooftops. And, you know, do all those things. We like seeing the number go up.
Yeah.
We
always
seeing
love
your
seeing comments. I always forget the name of the one commenter we have all the time.
Yeah, it's like Akatroa or something like that. Who comments quite frequently.
Always love seeing you around.
Yes, it's good to see you around.
It is. It's the best.
There was something. Oh yeah, because you had a comment about like Robert versus Tywin.
Yeah.
In terms of, it's like, oh, you know, Robert's definitely a better king than like Tywin would be and whatnot.
Yeah.
And we had some thoughts about that actually.
Yeah, because I don't know if I
because it's like Robert doesn't care about the small folk
in the same way that like Tyrion does. I think he's more like actively cruel, maybe, but like But he hasn't really shown that to me yet. Like actively cruel. He seems more like he doesn't care. He just sees them as lesser, like Robert does.
Like Tywin is so much just an embodiment of the system as it is, and so for him to be in charge would just be the system continuing as it is. Yep. In its like in its strict form, while with Robert he was just like, whatever. And just kind of let a bunch of schemers run around and do whatever they wanted right under his nose. Which could potentially
Cersei
be worse.
And Tywin and, you know, like...
So depending on what those schemers are trying to do, and if they're trying to do good things or bad things, it could end up being, like, a lot worse than... Tywin, at least you know you're going to be getting more of the same. Basically.
Right.
You know, because he's, like... I don't think he, like, wants to hurt the small folk. He just doesn't care about them.
He honestly feels a bit... this is politics. It feels a bit like a Biden.
Yeah.
You know?
Truly, he would just be like...
Just like a normal war criminal.
Right, exactly.
You know, like...
Just like a normal war criminal. Like, because he cares so much about, like, the houses and the political game.
Yes.
But he's like, I know enough to, like... I don't want them to, like, revolt because they're starving.
Yeah, exactly.
But, like, I'm not gonna, like, give them any extra rights or anything.
Right.
The lords will continue to be... Like, the lords who are cruel to their small folk will be cruel to them, and he'll just allow it.
Right.
But the ones that are good will continue to be good. The system will mostly sort of... Because it's like, Robert, was Robert caring too much about the small folk and, like, trying to, like, help them out? Like, only if he, had a child with one of them and was like, here's some money.
Right.
Like, Tywin would be bad, but mostly because the system itself is just already bad.
Yep.
And the bad system, like, Robert wasn't doing anything to really, like, make it better. He was just not being...
I mean, he was actively just spending money that they didn't have, like... selling more and more of the kingdom to a different,
Right, just sort of like, because the Lannisters were kind of already in control,
right?
in charge.
That's the other thing, is, like, it's hard to, like, separate them. Like, ironically, like, Tywin has less control, like, kind of at the beginning of this book, like, over, like, goings-ons at, like, King's Landing, than he did all throughout, like, a lot of Robert's, reign. He had, like, a lot more, like, direct,
Because, like, Robert was gonna make Jaime, like, fucking head of the Reach or whatever the fuck, like, and then, like, Tywin would control one part. They would have, like, multiple parts of the kingdom. Like, it was already, like, truly what happened is just that, like, Robert died, and then a child was put on the throne, which is much harder to control, and also awful because of the way that the Lannisters raise their children and stuff. Right. But all that to say, we do love to see your comments, and because it's like it's fun to talk about this kind of stuff.
Yeah. It gave us a lot to talk about.
Yep, and so we really appreciate it. We had a lot to say, so like even if we don't always like comment in response.
Yeah, it's hard to know like how to reply and everything. Yes. We do always read them. And are discussing
and whatnot. And so it's like we want you to know that we are listening.
Yep.
and reading and whatnot, and we appreciate your comments and stuff. It's nice. So this has been probably our longest intro
in a little bit,
ever. and because normally we just sort of
like go right into it.
Go right into
especially it, for A Song of Ice and Fire.
A Song of Ice and Fire.
It's gonna say Game of Thrones, but
I mean, it's Game of Thrones. Like at this point, it just is Game of Thrones, and you just kind of gotta live with it, But yeah. So even though we've already been doing our analysis for a little bit, we will now move on into the actual chapter by chapter analysis. Alrighty. The prologue.
Yeah.
The really long prologue.
Like an hour and like 11 minutes in the audiobook.
Yes. It is with some dude. He's a maester.
Yeah. And you feel really bad for him, like the whole time.
Yeah. Cresson is his name. And he is... Yeah, you feel so bad for him.
He's just like a caretaker, and he just wants everything to be good, and he's not being listened to because like he's gotten old. So it's just like, oh, he's just that old guy, and it's just like
they just don't take him as like seriously as they used to.
And it also sucks because like it starts with the comment and stuff too. So like you also know that he's also getting stuff wrong as well because like he immediately is like, I don't know, this seems like I kind of know what this means, and he's like, no, it couldn't actually be like actual like prophecy, actual like something like that. So he kind of just is like, no, it's not anything. Like, don't worry about it.
Yeah, but it's just like the Maester did not believe in omens, and yet.
Yep, yeah. And he kind of like goes back and forth like throughout.
and he does that a lot. He does a lot of like prophecies in the sky, and yet, it's like the comet burned even by day now. It's just like. It's just so...
How long has it been up there?
I don't know. I think it's up there for like a few days.
Okay.
I don't know if they like say exactly how long it's in the sky, but in my head I'm like 3 or 4 days maybe.
Gotcha. I really like this like running like through line in like these like early chapters and in the prologue of like what everyone thinks of like the comet and all of that, and just like you can kind of nail kind of the timing and stuff down as like what's happening and like what people are thinking, and I really like that.
Yeah. And so we're over in Dragonstone with Maester Cresson, And he's the maester to Stannis.
Yeah.
Because we're over in Dragonstone, so we're actually get to see Stannis now.
Yeah.
And we get to meet him a little bit.
Yeah. And he's not doing the best.
He's not doing the best. And he's very upset.
Like, partially understandably.
Mm-hmm.
Like...
Oh, yeah. It's one of those things where it's like, you get why he's so upset, but then also he's just not willing to work with anybody because he's right.
Yeah. And he has such a grudge, too, and you're not, like, moving him out of his grudge. And also, like, he's right. He has to be right, you know?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly. And...
Which, like, sometimes he is. Mm-hmm. And, like, it sucks that no one's listening to him. Because, like, that's rough. Because, like, he is a lot of times right, like, more than he isn't. Which is bad for that type of personality.
Yep. Yep.
They can't be actually right that often.
Yes, because then the times that they're wrong, they're like, no, but I'm always right. You know. Yeah, and we get to meet his child, Shireen. His
Is that who was with the patch face? That
yes, patch.
Okay, I didn't like fully.
Yeah, because it's like there's Patches, who's the fool, and Shireen is
Stannis' daughter.
Okay. And she's the only one who kind of likes Patches.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they spend a lot of time together, and are always kind of like around each other. And she had grayscale.
Got you.
And so her face looks kind of the child had her lord father's square of jaw and her mother's unfortunate ears, along with the disfigurement all her own. The legacy of the bout of grayscale that had almost claimed her in the crib, almost half one cheek and well down her neck. Her flesh was stiff and dead, the skin cracked and flaked, mottled black and gray, and stony to the touch.
Got you.
Yep. So Shireen when she was very little, she had something called grayscale.
Got you.
That left her with like this weird like patch on her like
a stone patch?
Yeah, it's like her it's described as being like kind of stony.
Yeah.
Whenever we get grayscale described, it's always kind of like stony.
Gotcha.
Because like it'll come up again just as this thing that exists in the world. But Shireen, she had it as a little kid, and so she's got this like.
Did they say I see? Like now, I'm like looking for like magical things and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm like, because I'm like trying to remember. If like stone things were like mentioned, you know, like for some reason I think like stone giants or is that something different? I might just be like mixing things together.
I don't know. I mean, I know that like here in Dragonstone, the like towers of the castle are like made to look like dragons and stuff.
Okay.
We've got like stone dragons and gargoyles around. Other stone things I can think of that could maybe be linked to magic is like Dany's stone eggs. You know?
Yeah.
She like woke dragons from the stone eggs and whatnot.
Yeah. I wonder if Fire Lady could like almost heal her in a way. Like, it probably wouldn't be good, but, like...
Yeah.
I'm just, like, now thinking... It's just, like... Because fire, like, broke the petrified, like eggs and... Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just making all sorts of jumps out, like, all over the place.
Oh, yeah, because it's, like, her skin is definitely described as stony, but it's unclear as to whether or not it's, like, actually literally stone, or if it's just sort of, like, how it's described. And people are, like, is grayscale, like, magic? Right. Or is it just, like, you know...
Because I could see it being, like, almost, like... Yeah, like magical, like petrification type of something like that. Yeah. The other magical leap that I made that like there isn't actually a like connection really is like Patches or whatever. You like died but like didn't or whatever.
Yeah.
And so then, cause since like she was there and I know like the fire magic or whatever can like kind of bring people back to life.
Yeah.
So I was like, maybe she like brought him back to life, but like the timing doesn't match up.
The
so
timing
that's
doesn't
why
match up.
like, but I was like trying to connect that for a little bit and stuff.
Yeah, Patches is weird as fuck though.
Yeah,
like Patches has something going on.
Yeah, because he's talking about like pulling him to the deep and like he's talking about like shadows dancing and all of that too.
Yes.
And then something about it like snowing.
Yeah, it's like underwater, it snows up.
Upside. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like he has all these little bits where he's talking about like, you know, under the sea, sort of describing under the sea as this like upside down world.
Yeah.
As sort of like opposite world.
I wonder if like Stranger Things Upside Down had like a bit of
this in it. Could be. I don't know. Because it's like like drowned seemingly,
right?
But because the guy who like picked him up to drag him away was like swore that he was like
dead or whatever,
dead, but then he like, you know, started coughing up water and stuff, and he talks about this world underwater, and then he's talking about like, oh, shadows are dancing, yeah, the shadows come to dance, my lord, dance, my lord, dance, my lord, the shadows come to stay, my lord, stay, my lord, stay, my lord. He sings that all the time.
In the audiobook, because, like, I've been a little bit mean to the audiobook narrator a few times, but, like, I feel like he really has done a lot better, like, throughout, like, the rest of last book and, like, this book. This was really creepy. He did a really good job at, like, just, like, interrupting with this little tune or whatever, and just, like, such a, like, kind of squeaky voice. Like, he does it's so good. It gave me, like, chills throughout it. Every time it came up, it was really good.
Nice. Yeah, because it's, like, audiobooks are so fun.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, like, the performance of an audiobook, I feel like, really adds a lot. Like,
it really
a really
does.
good one can really, like, elevate the text in a lot of ways.
And I really think this guy's gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
I was, like, mean in the first book, and, like, but, like...
It's gotten better.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
good. That's good. But yeah, and because we find out that like Patches didn't used to always be this way.
Yeah, and then it's like all tragic because he used to like he like was hired or he was supposed to be brought here for like for his singing and stuff.
Yes,
because he was like a great singer.
Yes, only a boy, yet nimble as a monkey and witty as a dozen courtiers. He juggles and riddles and does magic. He can sing prettily in 4 tongues. We have bought his freedom and hope to bring him home with us. Robert will be delighted with him, and perhaps in time he will even teach Stannis how to laugh.
Yeah.
Because that was their father, Stefan Baratheon. Lord Stefan was Robert and them's, like, father.
Yeah.
And he was, like, I think he was, like, looking for someone to marry Rhaegar or something. And he, you know, went over to Essos, and they, like... you know, wrote this letter of like, oh, we found this fool, and, you know, the kids will love him. And then on the way back, the ship is destroyed, and, you know, it says, like, the children were, like, there watching as, like, the ship came in, and it, like, crashed, and all that. And so then Cresson, the maester who we're with, he kind of became, at least in his mind, their sort of, like father.
Yeah.
And he just, like, cares a lot about them.
He really does.
And he's known them since they were, like, such small children. And so now seeing, like, Robert's dead.
Yeah.
And Stannis is not taking this well.
No.
It's like... and
he already had, like, a lot of, like, resentment and stuff towards... like Robert, and then Robert went and died on him, and then now there's all this shit. Like, I can see him, you know, like, at part of it, like, he didn't even get, like, closure to fix anything with his brother. Like, there's, like, that aspect, and then there's, like, Renly, you know, doing fuck shit and stuff.
Yep, Renly's out there being king.
Yeah,
and
there's a great line.
There's a great line here that I underlined, and I was, like, saying to you, and you were like, yeah, I really like that one.
Yeah.
Because he's remembering when they were, like, children, and thinking about Renly. Look at me, he would shout as he ran laughing through the halls of Storm's End. Look at me, I'm a dragon. Or, look at me, I'm a wizard. Or, look at me, I'm the rain god. The bold little boy with wild black hair and laughing eyes was a man grown now. 21, and still he played his games. Look at me, I'm a king, Cresson thought sadly.
Yeah.
And it's just like...
so good.
It's so good. I feel like George does, like, sad old men very well. You know? It's just like he just wants everyone to get along and for everything to be good and for this hot witch lady to leave.
Yep.
It's like
you're ruining everything.
Everything. Yeah. This red, because we get Melisandre has shown up, and we also
because like his wife, like she was like kind of falling into like this lady's like cult or whatever.
Which is so funny because like we joked about like the shepherd, like the sheep people with their like shepherd god as being kind of like Christian. But then we meet like R'hllor, the Lord of Light. And you know.
But the Lord of Light also, and like fire and stuff like that could be Satan.
Yes, it's got a lot of that because, sort of like Lucifer imagery
like,
and stuff.
Lucifer is like, he's like supposed to be like the most beautiful and like also,
the light bringer.
Like, always, and
so, all that stuff. And it's like god of fire and shadows and so.
But I think
like,
hers is the same. Like the shepherd, like isn't. Well, no, hers is different, but she just went to Ashai.
Yeah, she went to
that.
Ashai and learned all that, like, shadow magic stuff.
So the Christian went and learned some
Satanist magic?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Straight up.
That's kind of funny. Well, it's also interesting because there's this sort of, like, it's funny because Crescent kind of looks askance at her for being, like, monotheistic.
Yes, yeah.
You know, because it's like,
because they have, like, the 7.
Yeah, they have, like, the 7 gods.
And then even with the old gods, it's, like, multiple.
The old gods.
Yeah.
It's, like, the Weirwoods and all this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And so it's, like...
It's also interesting because the Shepherd one, that also has one god, too.
Yes, that one was sort of, like, the one god, I guess.
Yeah.
But I guess over in Essos, it's just sort of, like, more normal.
Yeah. Because now I'm also doing the Christian and Satan. I'm just, you know...
Yeah. See, I'm almost, like, you know, maybe the Shepherd folk are more, like, early, like, Jewish.
Yeah.
Like,
that could be as well.
Bunch of shepherds and now and then here's the, like, modern Christian sort of like interpretation. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you know, it depends because we get what is Stannis's wife's name?
I can't remember.
Like, we get it, and, like, she's around, but mostly all she does is just sit around and go, the Lord of Light, you know?
Yeah.
Selyse? Selyse?
Yeah, I wouldn't have remembered that at all.
Selyse, maybe? Yeah, she's sort of, like, gotten in on this, and, you know, she'll say, like, you know, God will be on our side, and then Crescent's like, God, not gods, because, you know, she's abandoning the faith, you know, and all that. But yeah, so it's like a lot of change is happening here at Dragonstone. The Red Lady showed up. She's got Stannis' wife. She's Rasputining. She's Rasputining them.
Yeah.
And Stannis is like he's
not quite sure, but he's starting to lean towards it.
Yes.
Because he's getting told what he wants to hear.
Yes.
Like, he wants to start getting involved in this and, like, wants to think that he has more of a chance with what he has than he does.
Yeah.
And she's, like, pushing it. I don't know what she gets out of this.
Yeah, what Melisandre gets out of this?
Right.
Yeah. It's a good question.
And, like, because, like, in this chapter and stuff, they, like, make it fairly clear that, like, he's got, like, a lot of ships, but not a lot of people.
Yes.
And, like...
because, like, Dragonstone...
And he was, like, because he was pissed that he was even put there, because he's like, I should have been in charge of this other place. I can't remember where it was now, but, like...
Storm's End, which is sort of, like, the end... Like, that's where the Baratheons, like, seat of power is.
Yeah.
It's like, since you became the king, I was the oldest,
which,
I should have gotten Storm's End.
Like, why didn't he? Like, I know they do talk about it, I think, but, like...
Yeah, because they're, like, Dragonstone is seen as very, like, prestigious, because that's sort of, like... where the Targaryens started out, because Dragonstone was actually, like, the farthest sort of, like, reach of the, like Valyrian kind of, like, empire. And so, like, when Valyria gets, like, destroyed, Aegon goes to Dragonstone, and then from Dragonstone hops over to the Seven Kingdoms and starts this whole, like, conquest thing. That's not, like, laid out, like, super explicitly, but you can kind of piece it together from what's been said, and it's made more explicit in some of the, like, you know, side material stuff. But it's like, so it's kind of prestigious because it's like, oh, the dragon castle, like, Targaryen-ness of it all. But it's also just, like, this little island that's kind of far out, and so it doesn't have a lot of, like, lands and, like, people to, like, help it out with, and it's just, like...
Because, like, you could absolutely do, like... Because, I don't know. I don't quite know what I'm...
Yeah, because it's, like, Stannis, like, you know, like, held it during this, like, siege. Because it's, like, he went and, like, took it for their cause, and then he was like, oh, and he was mad at me for not getting there sooner and keeping the children from running away. Like, I could have done anything about that.
Right.
And then the siege happens, and Ned gets all the credit for breaking the siege, and I don't get any credit for like, holding the siege for that long. And, you know, Davos Seaworth is one of his knights because he was, like, a smuggler who, like, got them food during the siege. And so then he makes him a knight, but then he cuts off like his like finger bones.
Yeah, their whole dynamic and stuff is wild.
It is, because he's like, it's like, all right, well then you cut them off yourself then. And he's like, fine, I will. And it's just, and they're like, you know what? Respect. They have this weird sort of respect for each other that I find fascinating.
Yep. I also like with that, it like immediately connects Stannis to like Ned, like with the whole like wielding the, you know.
Yep, the one who passes the sentence should swing the sword. Which is also funny because he doesn't like Ned.
No.
Because Robert was always like, oh, I love Ned like a brother. And he was like, I was your actual fucking brother.
Yeah.
And, you know, you didn't make me Hand of the King, even though I was on the council.
I wouldn't be surprised if part of the reason why Robert liked Ned so much was because it reminded him of, like, his brother. You know, like, in a way. Like,
in a way,
it's still, it's like a connection.
But also it's like...
And Ned is more kind.
Ned's more kind,
like,
for
they
sure.
are very similar, but like... Ned understands people a bit more, and he is more empathetic, and
he has more humor to him. You know, like him and Robert actually like laughed and joked and had a good time. And then also Ned was gone for a while. Yeah. So like Robert can like romanticize this idea of who Ned was.
Exactly what Ned did. In that same time.
And so then whenever they actually come together, and it's like, oh no, you're just another fucking Stannis on the council telling me to be reasonable. And blah blah blah.
And Ned's like, oh right, all of the flaws that I you know kind of
sort of like pushed away because the war's going on, and then my sister died, and we kind of bonded over that. But then you know it's and so it's like there's so much good.
This whole like group has a very like interesting relationship, Ned and like the three like Baratheon like brothers and all of that.
See that's the thing. It's like the thing.
I'm also interested in like the Targaryen, like how they like fit into it, because like they were important, and we don't know a lot. Like that's like like I want to know their interactions, how they interacted like at court before all the whole like war, because like that was happening. And stuff. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just very intrigued as to like how those dynamics like would change, adding like to some Targaryens and who I don't know very well. Anyway.
Because it's like because like this war all happens because of like this thing with like Rhaegar and Lyanna and all that.
But like they were all like connected in the same way. I mean, in the same way as we saw them connected in the first book, and then the war start at like the end with Ned being like killed, like the tourney and stuff like that. They talked about like the tourneys and stuff that they would have before they took out the Targaryens. Like they talk about those, and so like it's almost a similar. Yeah,
it's sort of like mirrors it, where we have like this big tourney, and then like this big fight breaks out shortly after.
So it's just like those types of like house dynamics and stuff.
Yep, because the thing that like makes Game of Thrones so good is all the like character interpersonal dynamic stuff. Like the people who care about all like the war stuff. Yeah, it's like, you know, that's also there, and like I get it, but I'm like, but then the books that are all about the like internal lives of the characters.
The war is like to facilitate the character, you know, like
exactly
to put them in extreme, you know,
circumstances and see how they react and stuff. Yeah, which is also why sometimes like the whole like characters getting put in extreme circumstances and seeing how they react. Yeah, when people talk about like character agency. Yeah, I sometimes think about that because it's like, whether or not a character has agency, right, can be like important, but sometimes
like
it's just
in the actual like plot or not. Yeah.
But then it's like sometimes just like seeing a character put in an extreme situation, how they like cope with it, right. You know, internally. You know. Yeah. And that's also like fascinating. And sometimes I feel like people are like, this character has to be like, if they're not like doing something in the plot right now, then what's the fucking point? Right. You know, or if a character like can't do anything, it's like, yeah, but what if it's about. But what if the story is about not being able to do things? Right. You know, it becomes a whole thing. But yeah, it's this, and so this prologue is doing a lot of work. Yeah. Setting up a lot of stuff, like just seeing who Stannis is very interesting. Meanwhile, Renly has set up himself as king over here. Yes. He's very, like, personable. People love him. He's got always
so many allies. Stannis has none.
Yes. And he has the Rainbow Guard.
Yeah. He's got his own.
He's super, like, just, like, flamboyant and, like, you know. Yeah. And just, like, he's got flair. He's got style.
Yeah.
People and charisma, exactly.
Which Stannis does not have.
Stannis does not have that. Like, and yeah, and like Loras is the head of and he was one of the people from like the tourney who did really well and stuff.
Tyrell, right?
Yes, he's a Tyrell.
Yeah.
Yep. So like
that's the one that that Sansa liked.
Yes. Yeah.
Didn't he come up to her or something? Did he talk to her?
Maybe. I think he might have. He might have like they might have had like an interaction.
Yeah, I
with
felt like they had an interaction,
stuff.
but I don't remember.
Yeah, he might have like given her one of his like flowers.
I think
it
might have. I think it might have been
because he's like the Knight of Flowers and he has all the flowers on his thing and whatnot. Yeah, because it's like he did it really well, and also like his sister is the one that like Renly's like marrying and stuff.
Got you. It's Marjorie. Yeah. So which I know her from the show because it's
Natalie Dormer.
Yeah.
Yep, and so it's like he's gotten very cozy with the Tyrell family, especially.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. What you thinking?
I have vague memories.
Yeah, because you're like...
I have vague show memories.
Yeah, because you're like, I don't remember hearing a lot about Renly, but Marjorie ends up like somehow...
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm just very curious as to what the fuck happens to Renly.
Well, I mean, we do know in the prologue that they're talking about having Renly killed.
Right.
So it's like they're maybe going to try and assassinate him or something, considering they're like he's surrounded by guards and whatnot, and they're like, if we kill him, but it's like, what is he going to like go to war against him? Is he going to have him assassinated? What's the plan here?
Because he's not even sure. He's just like, I don't know, we'll just do it somehow.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like they kind of ask him about it or whatever.
Right. So it's like, so something could happen to Renly. We don't know yet. Right. But
I don't know why I have like a vague suspicion of Marjorie, and I don't know why.
Yeah. They're like Marjorie
is involved somehow, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it's just like vague, like.
I mean, could be. Yeah. Because like we don't really know what like Marjorie's like up to, what her like deal is yet.
Right. I'm gonna do some spoilers for like what I know later on, so I can talk about this because like people call it the Purple Wedding, right?
Yeah.
So I know that, and I'm fairly certain she's involved in that. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm like I feel like 90% sure. And so I'm like, was she involved in Renly's death? I don't know because So that's where my thoughts are going.
Gotcha. Yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. But yeah, so I feel like we haven't. It's like I've got like a bunch of stuff that's like underlined, but I underline fucking everything.
I do the same thing.
Yeah. But
this chapter is like just great vibes. It's really sad and a lot of like tension, like what's like happening, and like a lot of like setup and stuff.
Yeah. One of the things that gets described when we're getting Stannis described is that he's like balding. He's got like sort of like the like bald on top,
but
sort
like
of like
the side,
the side sort of ring, and they describe it as like the shadow of a crown, which is just like.
Okay, sometimes some of those descriptions don't fully connect with me.
Only a fringe of thin black hair remained on his head, circling behind his ears like the shadow of a crown.
Got you. Yeah.
Yep. And talks about how like Robert grew a beard and it was all like a big full beard, while he's got like a really closely shaven beard,
So that's something that I'm very bad at seeing visually. Like I'm like fights I'm fairly good at, like the layout of a room, of a conversation, stuff like that. But the actual character descriptions themselves almost end up becoming blank.
Yeah.
But I can see everything else.
I kind of get that. I'm just also bad at like seeing the fights and stuff. I feel like I'm worse at seeing the fights, maybe.
Yeah.
And partially having like the show helps, because I feel like their casting for Stannis was alright in terms of like having that. I feel like
look. I remember him from like how he looks in the
show.
Yeah.
But I was just reading and saw like the shadow of a crown, and I'm like, all right, George. He loves that kind of description though, where like everyone's got like symbolic description and stuff going on.
Which that's always fun.
And our guy Crescent, he's like, he talks to Stannis and is trying to convince him to like, maybe you should just ally with Renly, or maybe you should just ally with the Stark boy.
And he's like getting kind of pushed out. He's no longer being like invited to these things.
Yes, they're not like waking him up and calling him to things.
So like he's like having to like get people to take him there, and so he's just getting kind of like slowly like pushed out without like, Stannis doesn't even really fully realize it. Like, it's just like, oh, he's just getting old. It's, you know, like...
This was just like...
It's really sad.
Like a one-off, like, there's just like a line, castles are not friendly places for the frail.
Yeah.
And just like him trying to like make his way around, where it's just sort of like... It's interesting because we have this like...
But he doesn't want to be like carried or anything because he wants to show that like he's
he can
strong
still
enough
do
to...
it.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting because I feel like, we have this idea of like how people were like treated back in the day, and like people were more cruel back then, and like this idea of like people didn't take care of the like sick and elderly and stuff. And it's like the world, like castles are not built with the frail in mind, but it's not that people don't care,
it's they don't think.
It's just they don't think.
Same as currently. Like,
right,
that happens all the time. You know, like, you just don't think, oh, right, like a ramp or something. You know, like,
exactly. It's just like, just like, it's like, oh, this is so big and sprawling. Why not, like, make it, like, multiple stories? Yeah. Well, then you gotta have, like, elevators and ramps and things like that. And those need to, like, work properly for, Yeah. And, in this place, it's like, it's all fucking stairs and, like, hard stone and whatnot. And it's just, it's so interesting. Just, like, yeah. Oh, and then also there's the painted table in, Stannis's, like, room. It's this table that's been, shaped into the shape of the Seven Kingdoms.
Ah, that's cool. Yeah.
Yep, it's like fully shaped and then like painted, so it looks like the Seven Kingdoms did back when Aegon was alive.
Yeah.
And that's,
That's cool.
Yeah, and then Dragonstone, where Dragonstone would be, that's where, like, the throne is.
Yeah.
Like, and it's, like, elevated, like, looking over the Seven Kingdoms. So it's, like, this...
The seat of... Yeah. That's interesting.
Yep, so it's, like, it used to be this, like, big, like, seat of power, this, like, important place, but now it's, like, not so much anymore. So it's, like, it's like, symbolically kind of nice, but, like, in reality... It's super interesting,
because, like, he really should have given Stannis the more practically, like, like, powerful current seat. And Renly, the symbolic, like...
Yeah, it's like, put Renly in the fucking ostentatious, like, dragon castle.
Yeah.
He
might spruce that place up,
exactly, and it'll be great. Yeah, and it's like...
Because then he still feels like he has, like, an important seat.
Yes.
It's still, like, he still has that prestige, like, built his ego up a little bit. But then Stannis also is, like...
like,
respected.
Yes, exactly.
Because like culturally, that like that really is like a kind of stab in the back, like multiple times. Like,
oh yeah. It's just like no one, and it's just like no one loved Stannis the way they did his brothers, except for Crescent here, who like actually cares, and he's like, I just want. It's like you were the one that no one liked, and so like I really want things to be good for you, but now you have this red lady whispering in your ear everything you want to hear. God's on your side, and you're special and can do it, and
you don't need to ally with anyone. Like they're not good enough for you, like.
Yep. Yeah, and so Crescent's like, I gotta get rid of her.
Yeah.
They're gonna be having a feast tonight. I'm gonna poison her. And he has this, like, special poison.
And it's so cool. I love this poison so much. It's so interesting. It's, like, a whole, like, process, and it's, like, crystallized. And it's, like, it's just, like, a tiny bit of the crystal he, like, breaks off and stuff like that. It's so cool. Yep,
he's just, like, you gotta get, like, all these special things from special trees and mix them together and let it, like, crystallize. And then it just, like, makes your throat close up.
Yeah.
And so it's, like, you just choke... And it's hard to, like, detect because you could have choked on anything. And it's called, like, the Strangler or something like that. Yeah. And he's like, people forget that maesters, they know how to heal, and that also means that they know how to kill.
Right.
And so he's, like, got it in his little, like... Because the maesters all have,
it's
like,
one of my favorite tropes is, like, the, like...
Doctor who knows...
Well, that, like, it is, like, just, like a a thing with, like, oh, you know how to heal, so you can, so you know the body, you can...
Yeah, you can, like, work against it.
I love that.
Yeah.
That, like, trope and stuff, it, like, shows up all over the place, but, like, I like that.
Yeah. And he's got, like, all these little, like, pockets in his, like, sleeves and stuff.
Yeah.
And so it's, like, there's this whole thing, because it's so sad. He goes to the feast, and they didn't...
And they're, like, super mean to him for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
Fuck her.
Yep, because it's, like...
Red Lady sucks. I don't like her.
Yeah, she's, like, mean to him. She, like, puts, like... Because, like... Patches has this helmet with, like, the antlers.
Yeah, with, like, bells on it.
With, like, bells on it and stuff, and, like, she puts it on him, and...
Yeah.
And like, here's also, like, Stannis' like, wife is like, yeah, you should put it on him, and Stannis is just like, fine, just do it, and
he's like, no, you're not cruel like that. Like, he thinks that, and I'm just like... Red Lady and wife hold hands and jump off the roof. Like, you guys deserve each other.
Yep. Yeah, it's like, Red Lady's already seduced your wife, Stannis, and now she's after you.
Right. She's already fucking your wife.
Yeah. But and it's very sad. But he takes Davos's wine, puts the thing in it, and then, like, goes and, like, has her, like, drink it.
Yeah, he's like, here, like pretending like, oh, like, I'm forgiving you or whatever. Like, we got off on the wrong foot.
Yep. And it's like, you drink it. And the thing is, it's like, the only one who sees is Davos, and Davos is like, don't do it.
Yep.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
And, like, because, like, Davos is just, like, Davos is great because he's also, like, team, like, we gotta just, like, give it to him straight.
Yeah.
It's like, he knows that, like, we can't just go around flattering Stannis. We gotta give it to him straight, give him the truth about, like, the situation. And, like, that's normally kind of how Stannis would be, but now Stannis actually has someone...
Yep.
Like...
That he, like, actually does listen to, which he normally doesn't listen to people like that.
Yep. And so it's just, like, it's a whole thing, and Davos is like, no, don't do it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, listen, I get it, but, like... this is a bad idea.
Yeah.
And he gives her the poison wine, and she
drinks most of it.
She drinks, like, most of it, and her, like, she's got, like, the ruby on her, like, necklace.
Yeah.
And it's described a few times as, like, shimmering and shining and looking like it's glowing. And then she, like, drinks it, and, it looks like it's, like, shining and glowing, and she's like, my god does have power here, because he's like, oh, your god doesn't have any power here.
Yeah.
And she's like, it does fire cleanses, and then, like, has him drink it, and then he dies.
Yeah.
Which is
it's
so
very
sad. Yeah, it's very sad.
He didn't deserve it.
It's true.
The whole time I'm like, I know it's not gonna work, like, when he's like wanting to poison her or whatever, and the whole time I'm like, but it should work though, but you're right.
Yep. Yeah. And I think that about covers it. I mean, I have a bunch of stuff underlined,
there's a
but
lot
that's
of, like,
more
talking about how the world is, like, how everything's going down.
Right. And, like,
I think they talk a bit about, like, not John.
Rob.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And, like, his whole faction and stuff like that, because they, like, mention allying with him, so, like, they talk about a bit about that, and, like...
Yeah, because he's like, oh, I don't want, like, half a kingdom, it's like, I don't want to, like, support his claim as being king of the north, and then, like, I get part of the kingdom, and then he gets the other part of the kingdom. I want the whole thing, damn it, And it's like, you could help him avenge Ned. I don't give a shit about Ned. I kind of resented Ned because of all this, and... Yeah. So it's a whole thing. I think I did underline a bunch of the, like, names of people around Stannis, because I've been, like, doing that lately, of just, like, in case any of these people end up being important later. Yeah, I will say that of the people who get mentioned, the only one who I remembered beforehand was Saladar San.
Got you. I don't know who that is.
He is, one of the select handful of black people that exist.
Got you.
But he's, like, a pirate or something that, like, Stannis has, like, hired or whatever. Okay. Like, he's, like, Did
he not remove his fingers?
No, because I think he's like hiring him as, like, a mercenary or something.
Got you.
With all this stuff going on.
Right, because night is different, whatever.
Yeah. It's one of those things where it's like, I'm sure that, like, once he's done. I don't know how he's going to feel about Saladar San.
Right.
But I think for now, because he's, like, from somewhere else. So he hasn't been, like, pirating around here.
Okay. So you haven't broken any of my laws.
Yeah, you haven't broken any of my laws.
Okay.
I think it's basically, you know. But that's the only name that I really, like, remember from before. But... You know, it's like I don't remember, like I don't know why. I don't know why he's the one that I remember exactly. Like I don't remember what else he like does or anything. But he's someone, and then there's just like other names of people that he has around that are his like Lord Celtigar and stuff. Just some guy. Yeah. And like we get like little descriptions of them and like the kinds of like stuff that they're saying to him. Yeah. But like mostly it's like the Red Lady is the one who's like obviously like important and whatnot. So yeah, I think that about
does it for the prologue.
Yeah, you know, we've met sort of Stannis and his faction.
Yeah,
we've got, you know, Shireen and Patchface. And Patchface, we didn't say his face is like tattooed. Yeah, like in like checkerboard, like red and green or whatever.
Yeah, that's wild.
Because that's how like the slaves in Volantis are.
Gotcha.
They like they're tattooed to like mark, like, you know, because he was like a fool and whatnot, they gave him that tattoo, and you know they get tattoos based off of who owns them and what they do and stuff, I think. And so they're like, we bought his freedom and we're bringing him over. And so he's like real crazy looking.
Got you. Yeah. Wild.
Yep. But yeah, so that's the prologue. Alright, and so now we get Arya.
Yeah,
the previous one, continuing the pattern of prologue, perspective, chapter, dies.
Yes, yeah.
But now we're back with sort of our normal perspective chapter people. We've got Arya, who at Winterfell they had called her Arya Horseface, and she'd thought nothing could be worse. But that was before the orphan boy Lamy Greenhands had named her Lumpy Head.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not like she's with the Night's Watch. There's this guy Yoren.
Yeah, I don't know why he's doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
Like, he knows that she's not going to be joining the Night's Watch or whatever. Yeah. And, like, he's still trying to hide her and stuff. It's like, I get that. But, like, he knows that you're not joining your fucking Brotherhood. So why the fuck are you beating her up for no reason? For, like, the whole Brotherhood shit. Like, I don't get it.
I mean, basically, she's gotta, like, seem like she is, you know?
Yeah, but, like, she was already doing that, and then she just, like, defended herself. Like, fuck off, don't take my sword, don't, like, fucking beat me up.
Yeah.
And she ended the fight, and so they'll never fuck with her again.
Right.
She's safe. Mm-hmm. So, like, why are you beating her up for defending herself? She's not actually gonna be joining.
Well, right, but, like, you know, none of them know that, and so he's trying to sort of keep up appearances of, like...
I guess, but,
punishing this boy for, like, the fighting and stuff, you know, and, like, she's going to be joining with them. I think that's kind of, like, part of why, and also, he's like, don't draw attention to yourself.
Yeah. But, like, she didn't. She was trying not to until they tried to beat her up.
Yeah.
She ended it.
Yeah.
And... that's that. Why is she getting in trouble for fighting? They should have gotten beat the fuck up. They started it.
Yeah, but I mean...
I don't get it.
But I mean, they also did get beat the fuck up by her,
Yeah, so then they should... Okay, well, they shouldn't have started it. They should get beat the fuck more. Why the fuck did you start shit?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess...
You know she's a fucking, like, 8-year-old. Like, fuck off.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, you are right, but also...
I was fucking just pissed off at Yoren. I'm like, I don't like you.
Oh, no, for sure. I feel like sometimes when you get pissed off at a character like that, you're just like, it's like, why would you do that? It's like, well, this thing, I guess, but, like, don't.
Yeah, but that just doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
Because, like, there's like 5 or 6 other ways he could have gotten across that same... those same messages without just, like, beating her for no reason.
Yeah.
Like... I'm like, okay, you're just a cruel ass. You just want to beat her up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's it. I think it's less... I mean, I do think that he's, like, shitty. Yeah. For sure. But I think it's just, like, the fighting's going on, and, like, Arya really beat the shit out of this kid. Like, he was trying to, like, steal her thing. She stopped him, but then continued to just, like, beat up on him. Yeah, well, they'll never start shit with her again. Yeah. Like, I mean, and that's what you're trying to do is protect her.
So you can get her out of the city.
Right. But also trying to keep up this appearance of, like, she's going to be, like, joining the Night's Watch and stuff. And so, like, that would... So from the perspective of someone who's supposed to be, like, joining and blah, 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 it's, like, that was, like, excessive. You could have, like, stopped earlier. And so now it's, like, I've got to, like, punish you in order for it to, like, keep up the appearances of, like, you know, you being a part of this order and whatnot, and giving a speech about, like...
I don't think she went too far.
No, like, I get you. I get you. But I do think that's...
I feel like that's how they fucking all treat each other anyway, so I'm like, why are you punishing her for, like, how you all treat each other, like, on a daily basis?
Yeah. I mean...
He really pissed me off. I'm like, I don't get it.
Yeah. Yeah. But...
Like, it's fine. I just, like, don't... I just... Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. But I think that he thinks that this makes sense. I don't think that he's just, like, doing it for the sake of hurting her.
I guess. Yeah.
But, you know, like, he shouldn't, but also it's like, you know, I don't think he's doing it because he's like, boy, I just love...
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know. Like, his motivations are odd. Because he's like, I know that something was up.
Yeah.
Because I was supposed to be taking Ned to the wall, and that didn't happen.
Right.
And so, like, I'm going to take you to, like, back to Winterfell and stuff.
Right.
But I think he's just kind of like, you know, another one of these Game of Thrones dudes who's just kind of, like, shitty and doesn't, like, you know, isn't good with kids and stuff like that. In the sense of, like, there's a lot of, like, not treating children like children, just sort of being, like...
Yeah, also the ease that, like, he could have made her, like, like not joining the watch, but, like, doing something, like, in the caravan or whatever else. Like, I don't know. I feel like there's another way to hide her. Like, still, I don't know. But maybe...
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just... I think that basically everyone that he is traveling with, the idea is that they're supposed to be, like, either part of the watch or going to be joining the watch.
Yeah.
And so it's just sort of like, you know, it's just easy to be like, she's with me because she's going to be joining the watch.
Yeah.
Than trying to come up with, like, some other things. Like, oh, you know, like, hired hand or something.
Right.
But yeah, basically the point of the section is just sort of, like, establishing that, Arya, like, where Arya is, what's going on.
Yeah.
She's with
and that she's, like, out of the city and heading towards Winterfell.
Yes.
With this group.
Yep. And, you know, some of the sort of, like, other boys who are around and, you know, her, like, fighting them. So we get, like, a little bit of that sort of, like, reintroducing what's going on with her, with, like, learning to fight and, like, the water dancer stuff. Did you... So the kids here, one of them's the bull.
Got you.
Who has, like, the black hair and the bull helmet that he never wears.
Oh, is that the one of the bastards?
Yeah, because, like, back in book 1,
right? I didn't really pay attention.
Yeah, there's, like, the blacksmith apprentice who is one of the bastards, and he was making a helmet that was a bull.
Right.
And so now we get this boy who's like, oh, the strong young lad with the black hair, and he's got this bull helmet that he carries around but doesn't wear. And
is that one of the ones that was, like, yelling at her or whatever?
He was chill.
Okay.
He was pretty chill. Like, when she's, like, fighting the two boys, he, like, yells to her that, like, one of them's, like, behind her.
Got you, yeah.
And whatnot. So, like, he's mostly pretty chill. Like, he might have been, like, a little shitty with them before, but, like...
I think I know who you're talking about now.
Yeah. Yep. And also, it's just sort of, like... You know, it's like, oh, that sword is probably fake sword. It's like, it's castle forged steel. And it's like, Arya, don't say things like that. You can't be going around being like, no, here's my fucking sword from a castle. You steal that? No, I didn't steal it. It's mine. It's like, Arya, you're supposed to be laying low. You're supposed to not be a little lord right now.
Yeah.
You're, you know, you need to be, like, laying a little low. You need to be, like... yeah, no, it is just a, fake or whatever. No, you can't have it, but like, it's just whatever. But she's going through a lot. She's 8. She's
And they deserved to get beat up a little bit. They needed to.
I mean, it's true.
They needed to learn some shit.
It
they
is
learned
true.
it the hard way, but fucking look.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes don't poke someone with a sword.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you idiot.
Oh yeah.
Like.
Mm-hmm. Because also she like beats the shit out of him with like the practice like wooden sword.
Yeah, she doesn't even pull out like
the real sword, and she's
just like, look, here's how much I could fucking kill you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you because you deserve it. Also, she can take out her rage a little bit. She needs to.
Mm-hmm.
She just watched her dad die. Well, almost basically watched her dad die.
Yeah.
She can beat up people a little bit for fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I will.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I just need to have an insane take and just be crazy for a bit.
No, you're good. Like, I get you. Yeah. Yeah, and she's just like, she really misses John. She really wants to be with John because that's sort of like she was kind of closest with John, and so she especially like misses him. So like, I kind of wish that like instead of going to Winterfell, I could go
and like see him
and stuff, before going to Winterfell. But and so that's kind of Arya's chapter. We're just sort of like getting her, and we sort of like have this running thing with Arya where Arya has like a bunch of different like names. They called her Horseface, but also Arya Underfoot. Yeah. And now she's Ari, the little boy. And so just sort of like there's a big theme with Arya of like identity. Yeah. Because she's also like in the previous book, there's a lot of Arya trying to like figure out like
well, she's supposed to be the lady, she's given a personality or like what she's supposed to be, like especially like look, just be like Sansa, like she's the and then now here she's given a new identity. Yeah, like they're all like given to her. Right. Yep. Exactly. And like even the other nicknames, like it's not like a name that she ever gives or chooses for herself. It's like they called me this. Yes. Yeah. I feel like it's a big part of Arya's story and whatnot. But yeah. So that's Arya's chapter. Is there anything else? No, I'm just a little angry. A little grump. Yeah. A little grump. But it's alright. And I'm not so grump. We have been watching a little bit of Game Grumps recently. It's been a long time. It's been a long time, but they're playing Deltarune. Yeah, so we gotta watch them play Deltarune. Yeah. Alrighty. And now, Sansa. Yeah. Which I'm sure you will not be mad at all about what's happening with Sansa. Never. Yeah, more... It's been a little minute since I read this, so I don't actually fully remember what happens in this chapter. Yeah. I had a better memory of the others, but this one... Like, I remember Tyrion's chapter 2, but this one I think I remember... Oh, no, this is the tourney! Yep, this is the shit tourney. Yes. No, I do remember. Yep. This is the fucking nothing tourney. Yeah, which is great to... I love the contrast between this one and the last one. Yep. Because you were telling me about that, like, pre... us recording, you're talking about his shit tourney. Yeah. I love the whole contrast because, like, he saw this whole, like, tournament, like, just a year ago with, like, all of, like, the best in the kingdom and, like, all, like, big and lavish. Yeah, and all these people coming in, and he's like, oh, I want this, or whatever, and then he just gets, like, nothing. And he's just like, what is this? And it's like, you caused it. Yep. You caused a war. Yep. Oh, yeah. Like, yeah, you turned the bubbling tensions into a war. During peacetime, you can have a tournament like this with people from all these different houses. Yep. And, like, you show your strength this way. You have a whole tournament about it. Instead, you had a war about it. Yep, you're currently having a war about it, and none of the people who make for a good tourney are here. Nope, they're all in the war you started. They're all in the war you started. The Knight of Flowers is currently the head of a different king's guard. Exactly. You dumbass. Yup. Like. But it's so interesting. And, like, Sansa's trying the whole time to, like, make things good for him. Because it's the whole, like, and, like, some of his personalities, like, she can, like, work with him. And then sometimes, like, so she's always trying to, like, tiptoe around a fucking, like, 11-year-old's feelings, because then he could just, like, randomly kill someone.
Yep, because we find out, because this tourney is for his 13th name day.
Yeah, that's a 13. Yeah,
so he's 13 now.
I keep making him younger and younger, because he's just a little shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and we get
like, 4-year-old.
Yeah, because she's getting ready, and she's, like, seeing the comet, and she's like, what do you think this means? Glory to your betrothed, Sir Eris answered. See how the flames across the sky today on his Grace's name day, as if the gods themselves have raised a banner in his honor. The small folk have named it King Joffrey's Comet.
Right.
Doubtless that's what they told Joffrey. Sansa was not so sure. I've heard the servants calling it the Dragon's Tail. And it's just like everyone...
And they make an excuse. It's like, oh yeah, Dragon's Tail. Because like they say something else about it.
Oh yeah. It's like... sits where Aegon the Dragon once sat in the castle built by his son. He is the dragon's heir. And crimson is the color of House Lannister.
So I was like, so it's still him.
Yeah, it's still him.
I just really liked that whole like convoluted way to make it
about him. And then she's like, she's like, would the gods be so cruel?
Yeah.
When she's like, shouldn't the gods have given Joff a golden comet?
Yeah.
Because it's like, the comet was red, but Joffrey was Baratheon as much as Lannister, and their circle was a black stag on a golden field. Shouldn't the gods have sent Joffrey a gold?
Yeah.
And that, this idea of, like, it's just not right. They're trying to make it fit him, but it's just not right. But also it's like, he's not a Baratheon.
Yeah.
So it's just sort of like...
Yep.
Just the interesting little layers of it. And she's... Because we get, like, Eris Oakheart here. Eris Oakheart was courteous, and would talk to her cordially. Once he even objected when Joffrey commanded him to hit her. He did hit her in the end, but not hard. But not hard as Sir Meryn or Sir Boros might have. And at least he had argued, which is just like...
Yeah.
Poor Sansa.
Yeah.
Just like...
Execution on all of them.
Yeah. Just like,
he can live, but the others can all die.
Yeah.
Including the Hound.
Yeah.
He had his chance to push him off the cliff. He didn't take it. Mm-hmm. He could have been redeemed right there. Anyway.
Which is funny because then in this chapter we get the Hound doing some stuff.
Fuck him.
Yeah, because
he made me laugh and I was so mad about it.
Yeah. Because it's like the shit tourney's happening. And, it's predictably...
Yeah, go ahead.
And it's predictably shit. And then there's this one knight who's like this drunk old knight, and he comes out and he's literally half naked.
Yeah.
And makes a fool of himself, and he can't get on the horse, and he's like, well, I lose. And Joffrey's like, fucking kill him.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, it's bad luck to kill someone on your name day. And the Hound's like, yeah, it's bad luck. It's
totally
true. It's just completely deadpan and serious, and it's just like Sansa's like, wait, is it? I just made that up.
Right.
It's pretty good. It's like pretty funny, and we get a little bit more of like Myrcella and Prince Tommen.
Yeah,
the like younger siblings.
They're like pretty chill.
Yeah, they're pretty chill because they're just like little children.
Yep, and like also I think it's a bit like. They're not paid as much attention to because like Joffrey was going to be the heir, so like he's like hopped up on like no, you're royalty, you're the shit, like you're everything, and like the others like they got some of it because they're still royalty and all of that, but like not like Joffrey did.
Oh yeah. Yep, and Tommen is supposed to like do a little joust with like a straw knight or whatever, and he's excited for it, and Joffrey's like, nah, just fucking end the turn. He's like, but I was supposed to go. Yeah. And he's like, I don't care. And it's like, let the kid go.
Yeah. And then they finally convince him, and they're like, he's a kid. Just let him do it, or whatever. And then he's like so kind of pissy about it.
Oh, yeah. Because he's just like such a little shit. And then it's like, he hits it and like spins around and like hits him in the back, and he like falls off the horse. And then Joffrey's just like laughing and being shitty about it.
And then they let him try it again, and
And it's like, oh, like the kid's got courage. He's like, he's gonna go do it again, and it's like, you should go check on him. He could be hurt. And he's like, and why would I care if he's hurt?
Right.
Because he just like doesn't give a shit about literally anyone.
And then Sansa's like, oh, I wish like if I was supposed to marry like him and like do that instead or whatever, that would have been a lot better.
Yeah, but fucking Tommen was older. If they had like switched, like, and it's just like. Tommen, he's just a little kid. He's just a sweet little boy. Yeah. It doesn't really matter.
And we've never heard anything, like, bad about Marcel either.
No, yeah, she's just kind of chill and just hanging there.
Because I think, like, Sansa's, like, gotten along with her, like, the few times that, like,
yeah,
they've been around each other and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. I think that they've been, like, fine. Oh yeah, and also Joffrey's now heard that, like, Viserys is dead.
Oh, yeah, that, like, just got here.
Yep, that, like, just got to him.
Yeah.
Which is funny, because also it's, like, you know that, like, they've known for longer than that. But yeah, and the fact that they know specifically that he got, like, the molten gold and whatnot, so, like...
Well, because they probably got it from what's-his-name.
Right.
Because he was still...
Because he was still, yeah.
Like, informing at that point. Like, I don't know if he still, like...
Yeah, because, like, we don't really know, because, like, he seems like he's fucking...
On her side.
On her side at
this
point.
But, like, he could be on her side and still be giving some information. Like, whatever information isn't going to be, like, harming her, you know?
Right.
I could see him still, like... Because, like, they could still send someone after him to, like, assassinate him. Like, he doesn't want to deal with, like, shit. So, like, if you still just drip feed, like, even just, like, shit information, like... Or just, like, a little bit too late, or just, like, you know.
Yeah. We also, there's, the Red Wine twins, who are, from the Arbor. So there's some people who, I believe, would be, like, under, like, the Tyrells and stuff.
Okay.
And they get, like, mentioned as being, like, were the queen's unwilling guests, even as Sansa was. She wondered whose notion had been for them to ride in Joffrey's tourney, not their own, she thought.
Gotcha.
So there's, like, some other people who seem to be kind of, like, being held captive-ish. At this point, sort of, like, on, like, Renly's kind of side of things as well.
Right.
So we get sort of, like, a little bit of that. Sardantos the Red. He's the guy who made a fool of himself.
Yeah.
And was, like, almost killed. Mother said I could ride. She said, Mother said, don't be childish. We're children. We're supposed to be childish. Yep. The Hound laughed. Huh? She has you there.
Was that Marcel who said that?
Yes, Marcel said that. Yeah.
She has you there. Fuck off. Don't make me like you. I don't like you. You're mean.
It's true. Go away. He's very much like that. You're like, fuck this guy. Fuck you. But and then Tyrion shows up.
Yeah.
Because part of the thing is that they're, like, having this tourney, like, inside the walls of the castle, you know? There's, like, the walls of the Red Keep.
Yeah.
And it's happening, like, inside the walls as opposed to, like, outside because it's, like, safety and whatnot.
Yeah.
And so then, like, the gate
opens... So just, like, all messed up. It's just none of this is, like...
And then, like, the gate opens up and it's like, oh, hey, Tyrion's here!
Yeah.
With all of his fucking band of mountain men.
Right, yeah, because then, like, Sansa's describing them and she's, like, freaked out because they're intimidating. Yep.
There were others... monstrous savages out of one of Old Nan's tales.
Yeah.
She's just like, what the fuck? And then there's Tyrion. And
do some of them have body parts and stuff on them?
I mean, probably.
I just started reading Red Rising again, and so there's a few characters that do that.
Yeah,
and so I'm like, is
I think there's someone who maybe, like, takes people's ears or something. I
thought that it was an ear person.
Yeah.
There normally is.
And Tyrion shows up, and Tyrion's just, like, really nice with Tommen and Myrcella. Like, he's just, like, they're laughing, and he, like, picks her up, and he's, like, their size.
Yeah, they're so excited to see him, or whatever.
And he's just, like, so excited to see them. And then, he gets to Joffrey, he's like, Your Grace? You, Joffrey said. Me, the imp agreed. Although a more courteous greeting might be in order for an uncle and an elder. They said you were dead, the Hound said. Yeah, it's like, nope, I'm not dead.
It is great to see him with, like, the younger two and how nice he is, and then he's like, you little shit. Yeah,
I'm like, Your Grace. You. Me. And he's like, yep, I'm here to help. Tywin sent me to come help out. Yep. And he's like, he talks to Sansa a little bit and it's like, hey, sorry for your loss. Yeah. And she's like, what?
Yep. And then she's like, oh, because then she's like, oh, like, she'll use her courtesies or whatever as a, like...
as an armor.
Yep. Yeah. So then she also does, like, well, I'm sorry that, Catelyn took, you, like...
Yeah, like, took you in and stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. What was it Septimore Dane used to tell her? A lady's armor is courtesy. That was it. She donned her armor and said, I'm sorry my lady mother took you captive, my lord. A great many people are sorry for that.
Yeah. I just thought that was,
Yeah. And,
she's like, how do you respond to that? Okay, well, I'm sorry my mom took you captive. It's great.
Yep. And
Tyrion just diffuses it, which is also great.
Oh yeah, like Tyrion's doing great.
He's like,
here.
Everyone's,
all sorts of people are calling themselves kings these days. And Joffrey's like, are you making fun of me? Did you bring me a gift for my name day? I did. My wits. I'd sooner have Robb Stark's head. Yeah. And they end up like talking a little bit. And she's like, he speaks more gently than Joffrey, she thought, but the queen spoke to me gently, too.
Yeah.
So she's like, just still can't trust.
Which, like, makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, you should not trust anyone. Like, I like Tyrion, but, like, you should not trust a single person here.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Sansa would never make that mistake again. Yep. So it's like, Tyrion's here, and that's very exciting.
Yeah.
And Sansa's still in her bad situation, but we also see how she's kind of like learning.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, he's playing gallant today. Okay, yeah. I can work with that.
Right.
Which is just, fascinating, but just so like you feel so bad for Sansa having to like put up with all of this, and also because like we hear that like when he gets like mad about like stuff. Like sort of related to her, like not even like directly related to like stuff that she does, but like just related to like Robb and stuff. He'll like take it out on her.
Literally
and
none of that is her fault.
Oh yeah, and it's just like it's so shitty.
Cersei, why the fuck aren't you reigning in your kid?
Yeah,
the fuck is wrong with you? Like,
oh yeah, it's because it's like
he needs like. Fucking don't beat kids, but he needs a few beatings. Like, fucking...
Oh, yeah. It's so interesting because, like, the show adds a little bit of, like, girl boss feminism to her, to Cersei. Because, like, there's this one bit that, like, in the show where it's, like, something about, like, oh, she'll be safe there, and she's like, little girls aren't safe anywhere. And it's like, this whole thing. And, like, my ex really liked that.
Yeah.
And it's just like, Cersei doesn't care.
No, about
the safety of little girls.
Like...
Not unless it's her little girl.
Right, and I don't know how much she cares about her little girl either.
Right,
Like...
Yeah, and so it's just like, it's a whole thing. It's like, Cersei, you need to be parenting your children a lot better.
Especially since they are, royalty and such.
I do feel like there is like this weird sort of like, because I imagine Tywin was rather strict.
Yeah.
And so if she's now a little bit too permissive with her children.
Yeah.
But also it's like she just sort of sees him as an extension of herself.
Right. So it's like... And so they should just have what she thinks, and they should just do what she,
Right.
Because they're her. Right?
Right, and so she's like so shocked that like Joffrey is like not doing the things that she's like, it's like he should want to do the things that I want to do. It's my child.
It's like like pageant moms and like that type of thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like like they seem involved and like whatever, but they're not actually paying attention to their kids. They're just living through them and just like it's
Oh yeah, I agree. Anything else for the Sansa chapter?
No, I don't think so.
Alrighty, and now Tyrion for our last chapter of the episode.
Which is also a good chapter.
Yeah.
There's a lot. Like, I really like the conversation between, like, him and Cersei.
Yeah, it's interesting to actually get some of their, like, little relationship here.
Yeah.
But yeah, because like at first he's like having to like wait kind of like outside the council. I was like, this one guy's like, you can't go in. He's like, I've got this letter from Tywin. He's like, I don't care. And it's like, well, what about if these guys have something to do with it? And he's like, all right, you can go in, but they got to stay out.
Yeah.
Yep. And so he goes in to like join the council, and oh yeah, like as soon as he goes in, Cersei goes, "You." I can see where Joffrey learned his courtesy. You're wearing it as a an earring now.
Yeah.
Because Strawb has, like...
I've got gauges.
You have gauges, and so you threaded, like, a small chain through, and we have this little, like, silicone, like...
One of those bubble pop, like,
Well, see, I'd like to get it closer, but it's in your ear, so... Yeah, one of those little, like, silicone bubble popper things, and it's got, like, a little, like, loop on it, and so Strawb's taken the chain and, like, the little, like, clasp on the end, hooked it through the little loop, and then thread the chain through the gauge, and so now has the, like, bubble pop thing as, like, an earring.
Yep.
But then there's, like, a whole long thing of chain that you're having to hold on to, like, keep it there.
Keep it there.
So it's just, like... Yeah, every now and then I just look over and you've just, like, got something in your ear. And it kills me every time. Making it a loop now. So it'll stay.
There we go.
There you go. A really long statement earring, you know?
A giant silicone.
Yep, wear that out sometime.
Yeah.
Go next door and just have
that out.
And be like, what are you
wearing?
What are you wearing?
Anyway.
Anyway.
Well, I tried to get her to go out and she didn't want to.
No, the dogs are just being rude. We got so close. We got through so much of the episode before the dogs decided to cause problems, but they have decided that, like, right here at the end, they gotta just, like, slip one in.
She just was barking on the couch, doesn't want to go outside.
Get scooped. Get picked up.
Yeah. There we go.
And now she's just chilling on the bed.
Yep.
Alrighty. So, we go to the meeting. Joffrey's not at the council meeting. And he's like, gather Joffrey to not often.
Of course not. How are you going to have a like,
13-year-old,
like,
fucking
spoiled
psychomath.
13-year-old.
Psychomath?
Psychopath.
Yes.
Just, like, chilling there. Like, no.
Yep. Yeah. And, and, like, he shows up and it's like, I'm here to help and to, you know, basically, have... Tywin wants Tyrion to act as the hand until Tywin gets back.
Yeah.
And it's funny because Cersei's like, this is absurd. And then, Grand Maester Pycelle's like, oh, seems welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome's in order. And Janos Slynt, the new guy's like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
We have sore need of you, my lord. Rebellion everywhere. He's just like someone else.
Yeah, like, I don't know what's going on. I was just promoted. I was made a knight. I don't know what's going on. Yep. I'm just in a tournament. Stuff's going on.
Yep.
Because they were also in the tournament and they didn't do very well because, like, this isn't their type of thing. Like, they weren't brought up in it. Anyway.
Right. But yeah, and so he's like, you know, he's come to help. He's like, I don't really know anything about the, like, fighting and combat side of things. I've had enough of that.
Yeah.
And Littlefinger's like, my man.
Yeah.
I feel you.
He's like, I'm ready for some politics.
Some
different danger.
Yes. And Tyrion's like, you.
Yes.
With your fucking dagger.
Yep. Who caused, like, all of the, you know, all sorts of problems.
So I'm gonna have to have some words with you.
Yep.
File that away for later. And he's brought a few hundred men with him. And, you know, and Cersei's like, you can't be the hand. The king has to choose the hand. And it's like, he did. And he chose Tywin. And then Tywin chose me. That's not how it works. Well, go bother Tywin about it.
Right. Like, he's off, like, he can't even really get back easily.
No. It's like, are you going to go to him? Is he going to come here?
Oh,
like, what are you know?
I also really like this scene compared to Ned's first council scene where he comes in and meets them for the first time, because that was another, like, kind of comparison that I like had.
Yeah.
Because, like, Ned coming in, he immediately comes in and kind of, like, judges everyone. Yeah. Like, morally, and then has a really hard time seeing them as people and being able to, like, work with them. Yeah. And Tywin comes in and immediately like
Tyrion.
Yes.
Yeah.
God, now I'm gonna do it with this too. Oh no.
I mean, George makes it hard on you intentionally.
Tyrion comes in here and he's immediately like, he doesn't trust any of them. Or really like any of them, but he immediately can see them as people and work with them. Yeah. And he can, like, kind of know how to manipulate and all of that. It's just interesting kind of his first view of the council and Ned's.
Yeah, because they're just, like, so different.
Yep.
And then he's like, I'd like to talk to my sister alone for a little bit, please.
Yeah.
And so then they have a little bit of talk about, like, okay, so, like, what's going on?
Yep, yeah.
What the fuck is going on? Do you trust these people? And it's like, no, I don't trust anyone.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, they're here. And it's like, they've been telling me this, that, and the other thing. And he's like, and you're just, like, letting them?
Right.
and it's like...
Which is so interesting to see, like, them talk just, like, on their own like that. Because, like, it's immediately a different dynamic.
Right. Yep, because it's like, you know, it's like, Tywin doesn't trust them.
Yeah.
And it's like, why does he know something? It's like, well, he knows that everything's going to shit.
Yep.
He knows that, you know, Joffrey's doing an awful job.
Yep.
So, like, whose decision, and we get some interesting, like, answers as to, like, who, like, where some of these decisions came from.
Because, like, you do need to keep people a baseline amount of happy. Like, there is, like, a certain amount that, like...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's, like, we find out, like... Because, like, there were certain, like, specific things, that I think it was, like, Littlefinger... Yeah, Littlefinger was the one who made the deal with Janos Slynt to, like, get the gold cloaks on their side and to have, like, Janos Slynt become a lord. That was, Peter Baelish's doing. That was Littlefinger's doing. Oh, yeah, and the High Septon's mad that they, like, fucking executed him on the fucking Vatican's front steps.
And because they said they weren't gonna do, like, an execute, all of that type of stuff, and they're like, you just used us, and, like, all of that, like...
Oh, yeah.
Because, this 13-year-old does not have the fucking world context to be able to, you know...
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like, here's the thing. He needed to be fully, like... I fully blame Joffrey, but also he needed to be prepared and told what his what his actions will do. They just said, "Oh, don't like." They just gave him an order of what to do as king to a 13-year-old or whatever. I'm gonna do what I want. I'm king. Or whatever. He doesn't know the context of anything. They didn't explain, if this happens, this will happen. We know that. That's why we made this decision. Which is, like, honestly what a lot of times adults do. And, like, there's, like, a disconnect between, like, adults and kids. Because, like, they'll just, like, oh, just do that. But sometimes explaining, like, it does a lot. You know?
And we also find out that the decision to have Sir Barristan Selmy leave came from Varys.
Why?
Because Joff wanted someone to blame for Robert's death. Varys suggested Sir Barristan. Why not? It gave Jaime command of the Kingsguard and a seat on the small council.
But he knows what's going on. What is he doing? He was like, no, he is... I don't know what he's doing.
Yep.
What is he doing? Because he was upset that, like, at least he made it look like he was upset when Ned was killed.
Right.
Like, because he, like, leaned forward, like, no, or, like, whatever.
Yeah.
But was he acting? Like, because...
It's hard to say.
Because this whole thing that he said in, like, a conversation that we're supposed to... I don't really trust anything he says ever, but, like, it's supposed to be a bit more trustworthy, like, because, like, Ned's about to die, right? So, like, we're like, okay, we have this connection here, Ned's about to die, like, maybe he's actually, like, telling the truth on some stuff, like, he just wants peace. All of that. But if he just wants peace, why is he firing...
Sir Barristan Selmy.
Right, when he knows, because, like, as soon as Tywin hears it, and, like, that, like, they're all like, that's so stupid. Like, he's, like, really well... Like, as soon as Tywin hears it, he's like, he's really well known and has, like, respect across the world. Varys would know that. Like...
Yeah, and because, like, Tyrion's me, like, what do you imagine they'll think when they see Barristan the Bold riding beside Robb Stark or Stannis Baratheon? Right. Because it's like, he's not just gone, he could, like, switch sides.
It's also immediate legitimacy, because, like, the whole knights and everything, it was, like, a lifelong brotherhood. So then, he can start it again, because that's still lifelong brotherhood. He, like, lifelong. He's still alive. He can restart, like... It's the same as, like, a royal heir, almost. Like, it's that same legitimacy.
Because he was, like, commander of the...
Exactly. He was the head. You can immediately take him and the
get,
people
like, a new group of people...
The people that are in his Kingsguard are immediately seen as more legitimate.
Yep. So yeah, it's interesting.
So like, I don't know what Varys is up to. Is my whole thing. Because,
it's a good question. Yeah, it really seems that like, you know, Varys, because it could just be that like Varys wants to, I don't know, like undermine the Lannisters or something. I don't know.
But like, it seemed like he didn't care about that. He wanted stability.
Yeah.
And like, Joffrey's unstable, so maybe after he saw the instability that Joffrey's created, he's like, okay, he just needs to get out. And so then then he started sabotaging. So maybe it could be something like that.
Yeah. Could be.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's very interesting because like, what is he up to? Like, what does he want? Yep.
Basically, like, every time he does something, I just have to, like, look over everything that I've seen him do and be like, how does this fit in?
Yep. And you're right. And so then Tyrion's like, all right, I gotta get Joffrey in order. Yeah. And she's like, how the fuck are you gonna do that? And it's like, well, he's gonna be scared of me. Yeah. And it's like, don't you dare hurt him. It's like, I'm not gonna hurt him. Yep. But he doesn't know that.
You know that, but he
doesn't know that.
I've smacked him upside the head before, and that's the only time he's ever been punished.
Yep. Right.
You know, like, he already does kind of have a base, like, a little bit of a fear for a Tyrion, because... Yes.
Yeah.
I thought I did the Tyrion Tywin thing again, and then
Yeah.
But like, he already does have that like little bit of fear, so like, tap into that.
Yep. And then Cersei's like, all right, if you're gonna be the hand, you're gonna be my hand.
You gotta tell me everything.
You gotta tell me everything.
He's like, yes, I lied.
Yes.
I love when that's in books.
Oh yes. Do you agree? Certainly, he lied.
Yep. Love it.
Yep. It makes me think of a sort of famous thing from
Wheel of Time?
Planescape Torment is that you'll have two options and they're the same, but one has lie, has parentheses lie next to it.
That's great.
Yeah.
I was thinking of I'm not shouting, Nynaeve shouted.
Yes. That's pretty good.
It's one of my favorites from Wheel of Time.
Oh man. But yeah, and so he's like, yeah, totally. And then he's like, oh, by the way, who murdered Jon Arryn? And she's like, I don't know. Yeah. How should I know? And it's like, well...
Like, they think it was, like, us, like, real heavy.
And it's like, man, I don't fucking know. It's like, I'm sure I don't know. That fool Eddard Stark accused me of the same thing. He hinted that Lauren Arryn suspected, or, well, believed, that you were fucking our sweet Jaime. She slapped him. Did you think I was as blind as father? Yep. Who you lie with is no matter to me. Although it doesn't seem quite just that you should open your legs for one brother, not the other. She slapped him. Be gentle, Cersei. I'm only jesting with you.
Such an ass.
Yeah. I never understood what Jaime saw in you apart from his own reflection. She slapped him. If you keep doing that, I may get angry. And then how did you kill Robert?
Yeah, and she's like, it was so fucking easy. He was just drunk as fuck and really liked this wine.
Yep, it's just straight up like, we just gave him his favorite wine, but way stronger than usual. He could have stopped fucking drinking it, but he didn't.
But he
it was his own damn fault. Time.
And it's like, like...
Yep, all you had to do was just stage a quick accident, just get him drunk enough.
But it wasn't even staged.
Right.
He went after it and got himself killed. Like, they literally didn't even stage it.
Yeah, it's literally just like...
And he asked to go out on the hunt to begin with. Like, literally every part of it was him.
Yeah. Truly...
Like, they just took advantage of it. Like, fully.
Yep. There's never been a boar so delicious it tasted like triumph. Truly, sister, you were born to be a widow.
Diabolical. I love it.
Yeah, that is the thing. It's like you do, because you do feel for Cersei. Yeah, because Robert sucked.
Oh yeah.
As a husband, she also sucks independently, but how do you intend to free Jaime? I'll tell you when I know. Schemes are like fruit; they require certain ripening. But he's like, I'm gonna go see the city, see how things are going. Yeah. Don't hurt Sansa. It would not be good to lose both the daughters. Yep. And so he heads out.
That's the thing. She should be so protected.
Yeah.
Cersei, what are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah, and he goes out. He does go out and sort of like sees how things are going.
And he's like, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
And he's like, then he tells someone, take the heads down. And then the guy's like, Joffrey said he wants them up there until like, until like he can put 2 others on it or whatever.
Yeah, it's like the 3 others.
Yep.
Renly, Stannis, and Robb or whatever.
Yeah. And Tyrion's like, not Tyrion.
Yeah,
yes,
Tyrion.
Now I keep...
You've...
Oh, no.
You've cursed. You've been cursed.
Yeah. Now, yeah.
He's like, yeah, and he's a child, and I'm an adult.
Exactly.
Fucking take them down.
He's like, and he's 13.
Yeah, and he's 13, so like...
So what are you doing?
What are you doing?
And then the guy's like, yeah. And just starts doing it.
There's no food coming in, is there? Little enough. The roads are closed to the south and west. Yeah, it's just like... You know,
and like Joffrey's never had to think about food or where his food comes from.
No, like, and all the money is going towards stonemasons are strengthening the walls, carpenters are building scorpions and catapults. You know, Fletchers are making arrows, smiths are forging blades. The Alchemist Guild has pledged 10,000 jars of wildfire.
Yeah.
Tyrion shifted uncomfortably. Wildfire was treacherous stuff, and 10,000 jars were enough to turn all of King's Landing into cinders.
Smart.
Yep. And where has my sister found the coin to pay for all this? Littlefinger finds a way.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, he has imposed a tax on those wishing to enter the city. Clever and cruel. Yep. Everyone's fighting, so everyone's trying to flee.
Yep. To get to the city.
City, and then when they get there, they have to pay to enter, and you know, it's a whole thing. And then he goes to visit Shay.
Yeah.
Who he's got, like, hidden somewhere.
Yeah, and then what's his name shows up again.
Yep.
And I'm like, what are you doing?
Varys shows up, and it's so interesting.
So now I'm like, is Varys, like, Tywin's? Like, I don't know.
Yep. Lord Varys, I had not thought to seeing you here. The others take him. How did he find them so quickly? And it's interesting because we get sort of, like, Varys saying things, and then Tyrion internally giving the translation.
Yep.
You know? The eyes he boasts of are his own. What he means is that he was watching, that he knew we were here the moment we passed through the gates. So it's basically just, you know, Varys being like...
A check-in.
Just like a little check-in to be like, hey, bud, don't think that you have any secrets.
Yeah. Honestly, it's the same as the last hand. Mm-hmm. Ned. He did the exact same thing. Ned shows up, he comes to have a conversation and knows too much.
Yep.
Like, and, like, lets it be known that there's no secrets.
Mm-hmm. What he meant was, you tried to hide her, but I knew where she was, and who she was, and here I am. And then, where I can come alone and unarmed, others can come with swords in their fists, he was saying.
Which is also interesting, because then, like, with Ned's conversation, he's, like... He does not have the same, like, translation. He's, like, trying to understand, trying to figure out the whole time.
Yep, but then we get it from, like, Tyrion's perspective, and he's like, I know what you're about. Which is so fascinating.
And it's also, like, he knows the game.
Yes.
Like, the Game of Thrones. Like,
yes.
Ned does not. And he was, like, in an outer, like in the north, not around.
Yep,
like,
he wasn't around, like, central politics.
Yeah. Like, anyway, yeah.
Yep, yeah, any man who tries to harm her, well, I'm too small to be a Blackyear, and I make no claims to courage. See? I speak the same tongue you do, eunuch. Hurt her, and I'll have your head. Have you seen the comment? I'm short, not blind. In the street, they call it the Red Messenger. They say it comes as a herald before a king to warn of fire and blood to follow. May I leave you with a bit of a riddle, Lord Tyrion? And this is a big one.
Okay.
This is something that, like... people talk about a lot, and that, like, comes up a lot with regards to this series. And so this is Varys talking to Tyrion. In a room sit 3 great men, a king, a priest, and a rich man with his gold. Between them stands a sellsword, a little man of common birth and no great mind. Each of the great ones bids him slay the other too. Do it, says the king, for I am your lawful ruler. Do it, says the priest, for I command you in the names of the gods. Do it, says the rich man, and all this gold shall be yours. So tell me, who lives and who dies? Bowing deeply, the eunuch hurried from the common room on soft slippered feet. And Chella, who I think is one of the, like, I don't remember who exactly she is. She's maybe one of the, like, people, one of the mountain people, or maybe she's the person who's, like, running this brothel or something. The rich man lives, doesn't he? Perhaps, or not. That would depend on the sellsword, it seems.
Yeah.
So this idea of, like, where does power lie?
Yeah.
With the king, with the church, with money.
Yeah.
And so it's this sort of, like...
And then also, it's, like, depends on the
sellsword. So
it's
it's, like
does
really,
money mean more to you? Does king? Does God? Yeah.
Yep, and so it's, like, really the power lies with the sellsword.
Yeah.
And where he thinks that it lies.
Yeah.
And so, like, this little bit, like, it's something that people, like, talk about and come back to when it comes to, like, the themes of the story. And and he's there with Shay, and he likes Shay. He's like, fool, she's a whore, damn you. She likes your coin. It's your coin she loves. But he's still just like, you know.
Yeah.
Doesn't have much good connection with people, and so he, like, you know. So what will you do, my lord, now that you're the hand of the king? Something Cersei will never expect. I'll do justice.
Yep. Which I found that very interesting.
Yes.
Because, now I really like comparing Tyrion and Ned, because now they're, like, both hands, like, the hands of the king and all of that. So, like, seeing their kind of, like, parallels and how they treat everything, and just, like, how much more immediately comfortable
that Tyrion is with all of this kind of, like, political stuff.
Yeah, there's just and, like, him, like, going to, like, do the right thing, but out of, like, a selfish, kind of petty, like, oh, I'm gonna do what she doesn't expect, justice. Like, he's not, like, Ned fully believes in justice, and, like, wanted to do that because he believed in it, but wasn't able to do very much.
Right.
Because, like, he could never, like, compromise on his morals or anything to get anything done. But Tyrion doesn't have those, so he can kind of just do... It's just super interesting. I just really like their differences, because they're very different people. And, like...
Because, like, we get so much Ned in the first book, and then, like, now Ned's gone, and we sort of, like, compare him to, like, all these other, like, characters now, with, like, Stannis and...
So he's still, like, massively felt throughout the series and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's, like, he has such, like, a big impact, because he's our sort of main POV character. Like, he has, like, the most perspective chapters in book one.
Yeah,
like,
and he is so, like, himself. Like...
Yeah.
Like, his sense of his honor and, like, all of that is just so, like, core. Yeah. That it's so easy to kind of compare, like, other people too. Yeah.
Yep.
It's super fun.
Anything else for Tyrion?
I don't think so. I'm excited to read more.
Yeah. Alrighty. And so now, what we've been reading.
Yeah.
Which I don't think we actually did one last time.
No, I don't think we did.
Yeah.
I finally did start, the Red Rising series again. So I'm, I think about a third of the way through, Dark Age. It's been really good so far, but I've had to take a break because I just have to take a break with these books. They're really, really good and I enjoy them. And, like, I feel like I would almost have this similar thing with Game of Thrones. It's not as, like, fast paced.
Yeah.
But, like, it's similar, it's heavy.
Yeah.
In, like, similar ways.
Yeah, bouncing back and forth between this and
Cradle.
Yeah,
it's such a, like, tone difference.
It has been, because, like, we've actually gotten a little bit ahead on.
We have a little bit.
on Cradle.
Shush. No, but I've really been liking Dark Age so far. The structure of this book, I think he's gotten, like, the multiple POVs down better than the first book.
Yeah.
First book was, like, two chapters with one person, 2 chapters with another, 2 with another, and there was, like, 4 perspectives. So, like, you'd be done with, like, one character, and if you really like them, like, you're not going to see them for, like, a long time. And just, like, it was a little bit slower than the first 3 and stuff like that. It was still good. This book, it's, parts. So, like, the first part is, like, heavy with, like, 2 different point of views, and then it's, like, similar to how Sanderson does it. You haven't read Stormlight Archive, but the way he does Stormlight Archive is in part 1, he'll have, like 3 point of views that he goes between, and then next part, still one of the point of views from the other section is still, like, in it, but then there's, like, 2 other point of views that weren't in the first part. And then he'll switch back and forth between parts 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, switch, like, back and forth as to when he does them. So there's just larger sections of, like, one character, so you can really, like, follow, like, more of their story and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been really good so far.
Yeah. Yeah. And I haven't. Because, like, I had been listening to the audiobooks for Wheel of Time.
Yeah.
Because they were just, uploaded on YouTube somewhere. But then it looks like they got, like, taken down. And so, like, it's like, well, I guess I gotta find another way to listen to them. So I haven't really been, like, listening to much. Like, you know, One Piece is always happening. We're always, like, reading One Piece as it's coming out. Oh, yeah. But I don't think there's really been any other, like, big things that I've been, like, watching or reading or anything like that.
Yeah, One Piece has been good. Mm-hmm. Manga.
Yep, One Piece has been good. Nerdy is in...
Yeah.
Has been in Marineford, so we've been, like...
Watching Marineford.
Yeah. And that's been... And
I cried, cried again, like...
Yep.
Yeah, so when we watched Alicia... I, like, cried. When we watched Nerdy, I didn't because it was cut up a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then I watched someone else, so I've been watching their stuff. Mm-hmm. It's these, like, two sisters. It's, like, Haley and something. I need to look it up or whatever. But they just got to Marineford, too. Mm-hmm. I watched that, cried again.
Yeah.
Like, they were a mess.
Yeah.
Like, and the one girl, like, fully, like, at the end of the episode is like, I don't believe it. Like, I just, like, fully, like, holding everything together. I don't believe it. Like, it's just, there has to be something. Just, like, and then the other girl's just full sobbing.
Yeah.
Just, like.
Mm-hmm. And we there's finally been, like, a season 2 of the One Piece live action.
Yes, trailer.
Little trailer happens.
Yeah, well, like, a first look. It's not a full trailer, but, like.
Yeah, it's like, fuck all this bullshit about, like, oh, this is the first look. Yeah. It's a trailer. It's like.
They're all trailers.
Like... Alright? Just fucking, you know. It was just kind of like a half trailer. It's like a trailer-ish, just like, you know, and like, whatever. But yeah, it's fun.
It looks great. I'm so excited.
Yeah, it looks fun. I'm excited.
If you like haven't
#, make Nami gay.
Right. I believe in the actress at least. At least she'll give us some some crumbs in the acting, even if it's not in the writing. Because she gave us that with Kaya, so you know.
Yeah.
And she ships them anyway.
Yeah, so it's like, come on now. If Usopp and Kaya got to kiss, then like Vivi and Nami get to kiss. Like, come on.
But,
instead of having the like creeping on them scene in the bathhouse, replace it with them just like a heavily implied sex scene between Nami and Vivi.
Hell yeah. I love it.
You know, like Wheel of Time did with you know, Swan and and Moraine and whatnot, and the tower, just like, you know.
Yeah. If you haven't read One Piece or like watched the anime, you should watch the live action because it is good.
Yeah, it is good.
It's like it's definitely not 1-to-1, and there's you know a lot of differences and stuff, but it does a really good job. Yeah, like it's still very fun. Like my dad is not an anime fan in any way.
And
he actually watched it and enjoyed it, and it's quite fun.
Yep. So it's And if you are a One Piece fan, then you probably already.
Yeah, but if you haven't and like you haven't watched the live action yet, and you're just like, I don't know, do it. It's worth it.
It's actually good. Like, it's actually just like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's like they really, you can tell they care. Yeah. Like some stuff is definitely like changed around and different.
Yeah. There's a few decisions that I'm like, would have done it differently, but most of it I'm like totally on board for. The whole tone, like all the actors, just like the comedy, it's all fun.
Yep. So excited. It's coming next year.
So excited.
And they're talking about like season 3 and stuff, which is good because you kind of need season 2 and 3 together. Yep. So yeah. But yeah, so I think that's been...
Yeah, I think that's been what we've been reading. Yeah. And watching and such.
Yep. So, yeah. This has been Let's Talk About Book. Now you can go forth and think about book on your own time. Have a lovely whatever time it is.
Have a wonderful, wonderful day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.